Hello everyone, we're back at it with another unboxing of the same thing, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Why should you get this on Xbox? Well, basically due to the fact that it's a physical release. As you guys can see, this is an English-Polish version of it. I cannot control everything, but instalacja gry wymaga połączenia z internetem. K instalacji gry je nutny internet. Na instalację gry je potrzebny internet, a je tak telepiścieczkę nie ściągasz. Hungarian. This is how it looks. Once again, we have the game and additional digital content. This is the back. Okay, these are my details. It's the Assassin's Creed Shadows Special Edition, Xbox. W Japonii pojawia się nowe credo. Nad japonskiem powstawa nowe bractwo. Nad japonską powstawa nowe bractwo, which is Czech and Slovak. They're very close. Új testvérések, lép színre Japonban. It's my impression of Hungarian. W zestawie pakiet postaci Sekiryu dla Yasuke obsahuje baliczek postawy Yasuke Sekiryu. Tartalmazza a Yasuke Sekiryu characters csomagot. Optimized for the Xbox Series X, single player, HDR10, Dolby Vision, ray tracing, big deal in video game. Sadly, only on quality mode because you get the balance mode, but it doesn't feature ray tracing, I think. I'm not so sure of it, but this is no way as good as the PlayStation 5 Pro version. So, if we are to look over here as well, z wystopaniem, bronią, wierciowiem i drobiadzem, z wyłamanie zbrani z żwiretem i talismaniem, z wybaju zbraną koną a doplunką. Felsőkészítő feljövéle egy hatosról és divítussel. Yeah, I butchered Hungarian quite a lot, but this is how it goes. This was made in Europe. I will consult my PlayStation copy to see. And this is also here in English. This is interesting. This is interesting because this one must be made in Poland or something like that. Most certainly. Does it right? Distributive to Polsce, made in Europe. Okay, so it's made in Europe, but this one is made in Austria. The PlayStation version. Okay. We are going to introduce our kind friend over here because we have this Xbox seal we need to deal with. And we're going to introduce to the fray our kind friend, the French military knife. Vive la France. Over here. We got this pork over here and a spoon and a fork. Zamix. This is how it looks. This is my trusty French army knife. Armée Française. Okay. So we're going to use it to cut the seal. Because otherwise, you can see this beautiful knife It's very nice. Fabriqué en France. Used to have more content to it, but I don't know where the book is. That glass breaker. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of tech. Yeah, and this is how you operate with the Xbox games. You cut the seal over here and you get to unboxing, because if you try to do this, you're gonna hurt the original, the actual wrapping of the case. Okay, so this is how you operate. You simply cut this one and you open up the content. The Xbox version, why should you get it? Yeah, as I said before, it's the physical edition. However, it makes no sense from a practical standpoint, because if you are running Game Pass Ultimate or Game Pass for console, and you're also running Ubisoft Plus Premium, you get access, because you can run it, you get access to this on day one for, I don't know, a monthly fee of 15 euros or something like that, or 16 or 17, I don't know. I bought the Ubisoft Plus Premium yearly at 25% discount, and I went ahead. And when you think about it, if you like Ubisoft games, because a lot of people hate Ubisoft games, and this has been the main incentive to go ahead and buy this, well, apart from the Steelbook, as I showed you before, I ordered the Xbox version mostly because of this, because of the Steelbook. And the Steelbook came with this basic version of the game. So I got this collector Steelbook, which came part of the limited stock with the copy of my Xbox version, because I thought that people will pre-order this, will pre-order the PlayStation version, and the Steelbooks will not be so many with the PlayStation version. Will not have been so many left in store. So I was right. This came with my Steelbook. This is the Xbox version. I'm gonna open up and see if this is a code, if we have a code inside. Yes, we have a code on the front page. Okay, so we have the Xbox Series X version featuring 2 CDs and not a single CD as the PlayStation version. Dolby Audio, Dolby Atmos. Yeah, it's a big deal with the Dolby, but Dolby is not so good for gaming, so I don't recommend it. You're not losing on much. It's you lose a lot of HDR and a lot of contrast and a lot of image quality just for Dolby, and Dolby is not that. It's nothing impressive. So this is the second disc, and this is disc 1, the second disc. Do not make illegal copies. 2025, Ubisoft. So this time around, 2 discs. Okay. You get the sayings over here. Okay. You get Thrown to the Dogs bonus quest and Claws of Awaji. With the code at the bottom. and the instructions that you need to follow in order to redeem the content. Okay, so it was the other way around. It was with the code visible. I'm going to place it like this, just to be safe and sound of any kind of harm. Once again, the second one, redeem the Sekiryu Yasuke Sekiryu character pack with the special edition. Once again, the code is at the bottom. Basically, you get more content on the PlayStation version, but this is the main difference. And this is the physical edition of Assassin's Creed Shadows with the lovely Xbox sticky sticker, warranty on the side, the seal. The reasoning behind my choice to buy the physical edition was due to this, in part. Yeah, I like this a lot, and I wanted to buy it, as well as I'm interested in buying the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I will buy it at a specific point in the future. I'm not sure exactly when. Yeah, this is really good content. And basically, due to the fact that everyone hated on the game, and I usually am not this willing to spend a lot of money on video games, but this time around, this is how it went. All the hate of the rest of the people, when you hear people saying, well, the game is disrespectful to Japan because Yasuke was never a samurai. Oh my god. Do your own research and you will see that other people, foreigners, were samurais and were not even retainers, didn't even have to touch a sword, a katana or wakizashi or kanto in their lives, but they were honorary samurais. Okay? Do your own damn research before you make fools of yourself and before you prove that you are racist for hating Yasuke because he's black. Okay? This is, long story cut short, this is about racism. This is why you need a typical character like Jin Sakai, or I'm willing I'm really excited, really keen to see how people take to Atsu, which is the protagonist, the female protagonist in Ghost of Yotei. Because yesterday the Onryu list trailer dropped for Ghost of Yotei, which has confirmed the release date on the 2nd of October 2025. I hope it doesn't get delayed. And for that video game, I'm trying my best, because on the 2nd of May, the pre-orders are beginning. Try my best to get the collector's edition for the video game, because it's going to be really, really good. And I'm not the kind of guy who goes like, well, you know, this is crap compared to Ghost of Tsushima, to Ghost of Yotei. It has no worth. It has... Listen, this hands down has the best weather effects in any video game. Too bad that the leaves don't get sprung up by the wind, don't get trained up by the wind like they do in Ghost of Tsushima. You know, that's a bad stuff. I could love myself some ginkgo leaves being blown by the wind and being part of the ambience. But the rest, the weather effects, the thunderstorms, the seasons, the density of the foliage is insane. It is the best video game to date. It may not have the clouds of Horizon Forbidden West. That is a fact, because Horizon Forbidden West has the best cloud simulation of any video game on the market, on the planet. It may not have the shrinking in the cold, shriveling horsehood in Red Dead Redemption 2? Well, it's freezing. The balls of the horses are shrinking. Oh my god. Such realistic game mechanics. But the game is boring as F. Okay? Red Dead Redemption is one of the most boring video games ever to be made to humanity. It's an interactive film. It's an interactive movie. I get the point. You're not supposed to veer off the side. You're not supposed to do anything different other than how the game wants you to do stuff. But I'm not that big into a kind of unapproachable, well, son, you get this, gotta do this, you gotta, oh my god, I'm dying from tuberculosis. Dude, you don't have to be a gruff cowboy. You don't have to be Arthur Morgan or Trevor Phillips, because I don't like those. For me, my favorite character in GTA 5 is Michael DeSanta. It's not Trevor Phillips, a psychopath. And even in real life, Stephen Ogg strikes me as a person who has been riding this wave of unwarranted celebrity due to the fact that he is eccentric enough. He has been given the specific leeways in order to act like as a passive-aggressive joker, and being recognized for this is something special. No, sadly, it doesn't impress me much, and I'm not that much of a fan of Hollywood stories, of tear-jerking stories, of exceptional stories, exceptional storytelling, once-in-a-lifetime experience. It leaves me feeling cold, feeling nothing. The more tear-jerking, the more Michael Bay, the movie, the less I'm interested in it. But I'm really happy with how the story of Assassin's Creed Shadows is shaping up. You know, they could have went for tailor-made animations, facial animations, for more interesting cutscenes, for more carefully crafted set pieces within the game. But all is not lost, because underneath these minor inconveniences, but for other people they may be major because they want to see a movie enacted upon them. They want to see Arthur Morgan growing his own beard in real life. They want to see him getting fat, and they want to see NPCs reacting to the way he cuts his hair, or if he has too much of a long hair and he gets called a girl by the rest of the crew, or if he gets too fat and if he gets called a pig by the rest of the crew. I'm not interested in this kind of shit, okay? I'm interested in a realistic, authentic, historical setting. And you cannot tell me that Assassin's Creed Shadows is disrespecting the Japanese culture when you first come across a torii gate. It states the obvious, the following: preserve the sanctity of the torii gates of the shrines by not climbing onto them. It's that obvious. When you step into a shrine, into a temple, look at the character's feet. They will have no shoes. They will walk barefooted, okay? As a token of respect. This hate for Assassin's Creed Shadows has made me pour over 150 euros to buy the video game. This was one of the main incentives. As a token for appreciation for Ubisoft, and a lot of people may say shit about Ubisoft. Ubisoft isn't good. Ubisoft claims that you don't own your video games. You don't own your video games, you ape. Because you own a license, and that license can be revoked at any given time, even by your beloved Gabe Newell of Steam, your Lord in heaven, Gabe Newell. Peace be upon him. Okay? So these are the main issues. Ubisoft are pointing the obvious, but people are so fed up with the propaganda, are so riled up by meaningless shit they don't even compute on a basic level, then they gobble it up and they want Ubisoft dead. No, don't you want Ubisoft dead? Ubisoft have studios in Romania. It is due to Ubisoft that Romania is in this business. We had our own guys designing the combat for Yasuke, designing the tech for the hair, which looks pristine. It is the best looking hair in any video game to date. Feel free to disagree with me. Feel free to provide me with proof of otherwise. But until then, no one can change my mind. Okay? So this is why hate doesn't win. This is why attacking Yasuke, attacking Naui, attacking their different playstyles, attacking the fact that the game doesn't have facial animations that are so expressive like someone having a stroke all of their damn time. Or if someone doesn't have the voice modulation that they expect in their real fucking mind, as if in real life you would have this kind of expressivity. Even now, as I'm recording this video, I'm overdoing stuff. This is not the way I would talk to someone else over the counter. This is not the way I would teach. Grammar to my students. Okay? And I find it really funny because people want this kind of expressivity in their video game, even if they continue to live their bland lives as a compensation for the piss poor situation they are in their real life, to see those mumbo jumbo moments in a video game. This is the only explanation I have when you see someone praising Elden Ring or Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, for being the best kind of video games with such impressive combat mechanics and being able to shoot lightning bolts out of your ass and thunders out of your dick. Dude, I want something that is realistic. Realistic enough. Maybe in a specific setting you can have some mythology, but I want to be able to go to a specific place, as I'm able to do in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and visit a shrine, a temple, a castle. Well, there's too much of them. There's too much of them. No, have 3 castles, have 3 targets, have 3 temples, and a story in a video game that ends in like 5 to 7 hours, like Resident Evil Village, which is a good game, but which is never a game that is worth more than 30 euros, because you don't get any kind of content. You're finished with the game in one sitting. And I'm not the kind of video game player who goes like, I have to play this game and I will not put it down until I play it. Oh my god, 70 hours for Assassin's Creed is way too much. If the game were 20 hours or 30 hours tops, that would have been a much different story than what it is today. So basically, your issue is that the game is too long, okay? That after you pay 70 euros, $70 or 150 Australian dollars, or I don't know what kind of, because I see all the kinds of people over the internet complaining about their own regional pricing. It's so much. Check for the damn parity between the the dollars, the euros, the pounds, the Australian dollars, the New Zealand dollars, the Canadian dollars, for fuck's sake. What's so difficult to make? You want the game to be 50% cheaper because it's not the same price tag. It's, oh my god, it's 60 American dollars. Why isn't it 60 Canadian dollars? I don't know, because your country sucks. Don't ask me. Okay? So, this is the reason we are facing human stupidity each and every step of the way. And due to the fact that I want to purchase something and I can afford to purchase something, no one can stop me from doing this. Okay? If I want to be a patron of arts, I will be a patron of arts. And what I strongly recommend to Ubisoft is, when they see things that click, that work in other video games, copy them shamelessly. I would do this from the bottom of my heart. When I see Ghost of Yotei releasing and having better facial animations, better story setups, I will try and improve my own game over here by copying those systems, those mechanisms into it. You don't have to be original, because originality doesn't sell. There are a shitload of indie titles which are so original, which are so groundbreaking, which aren't played by anyone, which are of no interest to me, because they are so niche, they are so experimental, that they don't appeal at a general level. They may be great as concepts. They may be great as ideas, but they don't work when it comes to practice. And this is what hurts the most, okay? And people fail to understand that each and every time a new game gets released, there are generations of developers that are getting swapped, that are leaving the company for various reasons: payments, ideology, brand affiliation, faith in the franchise, the direction of the franchise, and stuff like that. But I'm not the kind of player who goes like, oh my god, I don't like the direction Assassin's Creed Syndicate has taken. The franchise must die. This is it. This is the end of Assassin's Creed. I don't like the fact that they killed Desmond Miles. To be frank with you, my favorite franchise is Assassin's Creed. But I never gave a damn about the present day Assassin's Creed, about the stupid plot involving the assassins and the Templars. Everything I cared about is, one, their historical setting, and being accurate and having the codex entrances, and being able to educate with your video game, being able to play an interactive piece of history. This weighed the most out of every Assassin's Creed game for me. Two, the stealth elements. I'm basically a stealth player. First and foremost, I'm a Hitman, I'm a Splinter Cell guy, I'm a Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, Human Revolution. I played the original. The original is not that stealthy. I get it. It has been groundbreaking. It's an immersive sim, but it's not that impressive as far as I'm concerned from a gameplay standpoint. Sticks, Metal Gear Solid, I want stealth. I don't want that much parkour as I want stealth. And I know that for a lot of people, parkour is more important than stealth. For me, it isn't. Because in order, I can much rather be a stealthy person than one person that trained for 30 years of their life to become a parkour expert and be able to pull the stunts that you see in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I like it. It's a show off. It's a trademark of the series. But parkour doesn't warm my soul as the historical setting, as the stealth, as the soundtrack, which is a banger. Assassin's Creed also always had the beautiful soundtrack made by Sarah Schachner. God bless her soul. She also made Modern Warfare. Exquisite. The best soundtracks of any Call of Duty to date. And once again, Jesper Kyd, the Danish mastermind behind Hitman, the guy, and the main reason why modern day Hitman games aren't as emblematic, because from a gameplay standpoint they are the best video games in the history of the franchise, but due to the fact that the IO Interactive went for Niels and Nielsen, and the guy claimed exactly like, well, we don't give a rat's ass about what Jesper Kyd did before. We are doing our own thing. But as time went on, you can see that even he went for a more Jesper Kyd inspired soundtrack. The Flight, the composers of Shadows, composers of Odyssey, the composers of the Horizon series, okay? The games made by Guerrilla Games, which were initially PlayStation exclusives. So this is what made Assassin's Creed for me. It was not the modern day stories. It was not about the Templars and the Assassins. It was not about my mythology. It was not about parkour over anything else. And I like the combat system a lot more than what it used to be before. If you guys remember when the game became, you parried once and you chained together a riposte. And you could easily kill off 6 guys in one go. And if you follow my channel, you will see that I die a lot in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And it's a much more engaging combat system than being able to parry once and just kill off 6 guys. Well, it may look better from a cinematic standpoint. Oh my god, such animations, such fluidity in doing your own shit. I don't give a rat's ass. Because in real life, the combat is janky. Okay? When you fight with a sword, it doesn't follow this kind of dance, this kind of ballet. Look at HEMA. Look at duels between practitioners of Kenjutsu, okay? Of fighting with a katana, fighting with a wakizashi. This is not the same, the smooth kind of combat. And I'm seeing on YouTube AG and Nguyen criticizing Assassin's Creed Shadows and saying, well, Assassin's Creed Shadows can never compare with the level of refinement of Ghost of Tsushima's combat. For real. You have a video game, you have a clip that you recorded, and it's basically chain assassinations. You distract your guards or something like that, and out of 5 minutes of gameplay, over 95% of your targets are just chain assassination and jumping from heights of 5-6 meters in height and with a katana and somehow landing a fatal blow, okay? And chain assassinating the other guy or 2 other guys. Are we actually going to call chain assassination better than the stealth system we have in Assassin's Creed Shadows with the hidden blade? With you can, as you guys know, you can pull the targets and knock them out. Non-lethal takedown. And we are actually going to call Ghost of Tsushima, which has a very progress-tied combat to it. Also, Assassin's Creed also has this kind of thing, but if you want a hassle-free experience, if you want to be like, oh, I cannot play Assassin's Creed without being able to instantly assassinate my targets. You can turn on guaranteed assassination. And you don't have to bother with leveling up your character, with unlocking specific skills, with visiting Kujikiri sites, with visiting shrines, with visiting temples, with dealing with the whole shtick. You don't have to buy the timed bonuses. You know, the people are so upset due to the fact that there is a shop in a single player game, and there is this option of being able to purchase, to spend money to purchase stuff in the game, because the game doesn't want you to play. So basically your playtime is not as valuable for the video game, and this is the reason why Ubisoft doesn't consider your video game to be of such value that it offers you this experience to bypass playing the video game and getting to the good stuff beforehand. Well, I be damned. Isn't it the same situation in real life? Isn't it that having money bypasses specific points in real life? Isn't it that having money can get you a brain dead woman, but it gets you a brain dead woman, it gets you a woman, it gets you a car, it gets you better treatment for society? Listen, if you don't want to play your video game, or if you don't have the time to play your video game, these are the opportunities for you. If you have money to spend, okay, you can spend it. But don't tell me that I'm forced to do the same thing when I'm having fun playing the video game, when I'm having fun taking in the sights and the sounds of the video game, enjoying the weather, enjoying all of the technical achievements of the game engine. This doesn't apply to each and every one of us. We don't play the games in a similar manner. My game doesn't have to be being caught between a rock and a hard place at every time. It doesn't have to be 180 BPMs per minute in order to feel the video game. No. I can have downtime. I can have random encounters. I don't need side quests to be about how to convert shit into protein bars and be like, wow, this is mind-blowing. This is such great quest designs. Because in real life, you don't go across fighting leprechauns or big bosses, or you go across getting to a shop, getting your milk, your cereals, your coffee pods, some fruits, going to the post office, going to pay your taxes, going to an ATM to withdraw money. Listen, I don't want a story that is Michael Bay or Steven Spielberg or Guillermo del Toro or what's his name? Jesus, I cannot remember. I don't want that kind of. I don't want even a Hideo Kojima story all of the time. What I expect from Assassin's Creed is to be a grounded story, okay? I don't need antagonists that are so emblematic and so enigmatic and so, oh my god, no one has ever thought of this before. I have seen everything and I know anything. And this is how it goes. You cannot reinvent the wheel. And the more grounded you make your story, the more relatable you make a story, the more down to earth you make your characters, not being all gruff voices and women which look like porn stars. Yeah, you play Stellar Blade with one hand on the controller and the other hand at your private parts, and you're having a great time. Why? Because you can jack off to a video game. This is why a lot of people want this kind of video games. They want to have the sexual elation when you play video. They want to see sexually interesting characters. There is so much porn in society nowadays that there is no clear definition between entertainment and what entertainment should contain and what pornographic movies are. This is the sad story behind it. People may feel free to disagree with. No, having an attractive female doesn't elicit any kind of sexual emotion from the player. No shit. So why are you bored? Why are you disinterested when a woman has realistic armor onto it? Why aren't you more engaged when someone covers the hips of a woman, or the boobs of a woman, or the ass of a woman, or the belly button of a woman? You don't see the abs. Oh my god, I cannot play like this. Dude, get a girlfriend, marry her, put the ring on it, get a girlfriend who is a virgin. It may seem impossible, but it is. It is rather possible to meet someone who has not been riding the dick carousel, and if you are in the position to sleep with someone, just refuse it. Just say, no, I won't sleep with you unless you commit, unless you bring your own honesty to the table. I'm not willing to commit. I'm not willing to spend a dime. What am I saying, a dime? Spend a second with you unless you come over here with clean and clear intentions. The intentions are to get together and make a family, have children, live the traditional, between inverted commas, life. No, it's not traditional. It's a common sense. It's based on honesty. It's not traditional because traditional lifestyles haven't brought anything good to the table. The traditional lifestyle is beating your wife, beating your kids, having fun at the pub, while the rest of the people are your slaves because you are the alpha male. Andrew Tate. This is the traditional lifestyle. This is why a lot of people understand the traditional lifestyle like this. Okay? Sorry for my rant. Sorry, but not sorry, because it's my own video. I do whatever the shit I want. This is how it goes. This is the fact that later on the streets and abuse against animals and abuse against fellow humans, disregard for the environment, disregard for traffic laws, being a bad driver weighs less than having a black samurai in your video game, is simply put a token of how brain dead society has become nowadays. When you're more concerned with your own identity politics, the ones you make up in your own mind, than with the fact that the roads are a mess and the people don't drive well on them. They put themselves and you, by extension, in danger, in constant danger, then you must know that something is very wrong with the society we live in. And measures must be taken in order to improve the society we live in. And before I go, I would mention to everyone, before you hate, understand, try to emphasize with the position of that someone. Because it's very easy to spend $70, even $100 on a video game and demand it to be the best thing since pizza or pasta. But I get it. Each and every one of us has their subjective reality they live in. We don't live in the same reality. We have differences in the way we think, in the way we operate, in the things that hold worth to us, the things that are valuable to us. But try to see the beauty in all things. Try to be an understanding, but don't sleep on it. Don't be indulgent. Don't be, well, I can live without, or this is not a big deal, or something like that. No, I'm aware of the hindrances of the video game. I'm aware of the fact that it needs improvement. But I'm also aware that there are plenty of great things about the video game which go unnoticed. And this is the reason why this pisses me off so much, why I'm so passionate and why I went out of my way to support Ubisoft. Because I'm not married to Ubisoft, but I believe that the developers of the video game deserve better. And the first step of them getting a better treatment is for the players to recognize the worth of the craft they put into creating this. Before you judge, before you harm, before you do evil, you enact evil upon others, think if you can help. And if you can help, please help. Because help is a rarity and hate is commonality. Keep safe and sound. Sector out.